and the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, set to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. Now inside the 25. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 76 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. Fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown. They strike first.
Bills 7, Seahawks nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Oh, Melton on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
Here we go.
They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Bashal Tutin. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. And as for much more, 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
Here we go. Start.
Austin brought in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Milroe. They're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Seattle.
On the ground, here's 2, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of a yard.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 9.
Let's go now. 7.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Damari Mathis.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. A short throw caused by Kincaid.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
To the air on 2nd down, here's Allen. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
On 3rd down, they go with Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Allen. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
22 yards.
They get the conversion with a gain of 22.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Regular.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
At the 25-yard line.
Cougar night, kid.
Allen goes with the pop back. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Allen going to give it to Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
He's got it at about the 8. And he's in! Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You're not. Go.
They'll go play action with Milroe. Out to his right. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around,
that's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last two drives. Same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. They'll take this forward for about 5.
So I like these plays. I think the more guys, Mike, that you can get involved in the ground game, the better. And of course, they're going to get enough touches to their back in a traditional sense, but make the defense defend every blade of grass from sideline to sideline and from line of scrimmage to the end zone. And one of the best ways to do it is to get your wide receivers, get your speed guys involved in the run game.
On second down, Cook down the sideline, inside the 25. And he will score! James Cook, touchdown, Bills. That's his third rushing touchdown of the year. Here's Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Ready, roll, just the Eagles. Ready.
This time begins with a run by Tootin. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dorian Williams in to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 7. Up the 26.
2nd and 7.
77, there we go. 19.
Another run here with Tootin. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Milroe on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder.
Now for the 3rd time in the 1st quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Melton now to return. Whoa. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
We've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now it's Milroe. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
7-yard pickup.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
To the air, it's Milroe. Picked as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Third down and 3.
16 boxes. 19 tight. 19 tight. Count.
From the gun, it's Milroe. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big play for Seattle. 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 32.
Putting the tight end in motion. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. The Bills with the early advantage. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. First and 10.
70, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Gray brought in motion.
Ready.
Little quick pass to the receiver, heading right. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Slot man in motion right. Up the middle, here is Cheaton. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
At the 26-yard line.
Gray brought in motion. Throwing is Milroe. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. Going to be 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Here we go. Here we go. We're going.
They're going on 4th down. Nope, that's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th down.
Intercepted. It's a turnover on downs.
Now, this looks like a design run. Oh, big hole, left side. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 89 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. to go, and the Bills stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. A return now from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over.
From the 6. Gotta be lying. Ready.
Throwing now, Milroe on first down. Shaheed with the catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Ready. Traveler. 60.
They'll run it here with 2. He'll push forward for about a yard. Landon Jackson and on the tackle.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Milroe. That is caught by Washington. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Let's go now. Let's go.
They'll throw on first down with Milroe. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Good drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll look to pick it up with 2. They will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a first down.
And with this field position, Mike, I think you're looking at this like it's 4-down territory. So I think they're able to get it there on 3rd down. But even if he didn't, I think that 3rd down call was all about setting up. If we needed to, we'll go for it on 4th.
Okay, break.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Get it. Ready.
They go play action now with Milroe. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 39 yards.
1st and goal, Seattle.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal.
Ready. Cougar 19.
This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
They'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. They Cecil Tootin. Touchdown, Seahawks. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
We'll go play action here with Allen. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
They'll indeed go for it with Allen. That's caught left side. It's complete. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Buffalo. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. Extra point try by Bass. He's got it. And the Bills will add one more onto their big lead.
Bills 42, Seahawks 7. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Melton now to return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Tiger, 19.
Now Milroe on first down. His throw left side is complete. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. A big play for Seattle. 41 yards.
Okay, ready?
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
First down,
Ready.
Seahawks.
Out of the gun. It's Milroe. His pass taken in by Shaheed.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Cowboy 80. Steady.
Again, it's Milroe. This one grabbed by Austin. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Seattle.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter. All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
2nd and 10.
Come on, set. Bronco 80. 70 line.
Shaheed in motion. Here's a little pop pass heading to the right. That one not disguised too well. He'll get back to the line. That's it. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. Trying to keep a drive alive. Going to have to convert on 3rd and 9.
Packer 60. Packer 70. Timber.
The slot man in motion right. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The Seahawks going to bring their kicker out and try a field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. His kick is good. And the Seahawks will cut into that lead.
And at this point, they need all the points they can get. So kudos to them coming away with 3 before the half. And I think they're going to need an overall better performance offensively going forward if they plan on pulling off this 2nd half comeback.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cougar 19.
They'll run. It's Tootin. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Ready?
On first down, it's Milroe. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8.
Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Milroe.
It almost seemed to me before the snap, Mike, that the quarterback was expecting man coverage, and then after the snap, the defense fell into zone, and it just completely mixed them up. You can see he's staring down his receiver, and frankly, I think he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
On third down, Milroe. We'll check this down to Chewton out of the backfield. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
To throw again is Milroe. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Taron Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off 52. Round 80. Alert. What's up?
On first down, it's Allen. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The 7th overall pick in 2023, Tyree Wilson, in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Middle. What's up?
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. That's how to dig yourself out of a hole. A pickup of 18, much more manageable. 3rd and 2 coming up.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Melton now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Milroe. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Let's go now.
On 2nd down, Milroe. He'll dump this out wide to Tootin. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
3rd down and 9.
Come on, come on. Hey, look at my team.
From the gun, it's Milroe. He finds Austin with the ground. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. 4th down. Now, Milroe misses a designed run, and he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the 3rd quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
Now Allen on 1st down. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Bills 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You had all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Melton now to return. Now on a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. You talk about everything going wrong. A big deficit. All you want is the ball and a chance to get back in the game. And now, Greg, they hand the ball right back to him on this kickoff fumble.
Mike, you know the saying, when it rains, it pours. And right now, it is pouring on this team. They just can't get out of their own way. They lose a fumble here on the kickoff just to make matters worse. This has just been a complete disaster all around for this unit. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. Got his man at the 6. And he'll take this one in. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills stretch things out even further.
59. Seahawks 10. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Melton now to return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Jack.
Shaheed in motion. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And a nice defensive play there. Good awareness coming through to make the play in the backfield for a loss of yards. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Tight end going in motion here. Milrow. That'll be complete to Tootin. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd and 2, now Milrow. And that is incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line. It stresses your quarterback. It stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
Here's a designed run. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They picked it up easily, didn't they? A gain of 9 on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Dorian Williams on the stop. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Right back to Tootin. He will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, and he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
At the 15-yard line.
They'll run the toss with Cook. And he's into the end zone yet again. James Cook, touchdown, Bills. A 3-touchdown game for him. That's now 5 on the year. Pass's kick is good. And the Bills add on to their already sizable lead.
Seahawks 10. Tyler Bass to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Melton now to return. And they'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Come on. Hey.
On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Ready, ready.
So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing is Milroe. This one complete to Washington. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On the jump. Here we go. Set. Ready.
Now Milroe. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Taron Johnson.
Milroe's pass intercepted. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, throw heat, that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Bronco 80. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Now Milroe on 1st down. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this.
Got it. Ready?
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. His pass taken in by Shaheed.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Get it. Panther 60.
Now it's Milroe. Moving to his right. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
Throwing now, Milroe on 1st down. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They need to get it to the 27. This is third down.
Cowboy, 19 tight, 19 tight.
To the air, it's Milroe. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Milroe gonna throw it again. Pass is caught by Gray, right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second and 2 at the 8-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on second and 2.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Milroe gonna look to run it himself. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Green 19. Regular. What's that?
And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
In middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. There he goes again. And he's got another one. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. Pass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Seahawks 13. Tyler Bass to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, they'll go with Tootin. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. I mean, whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Seahawks first down. The tight end going in motion to the left. They'll throw on first down with Milroe. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bills 73, Seahawks 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Ready? 76.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
Ready? Bronco 80. Ready?
And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
Middle. 180.
Allen to throw on 3rd and long. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
Think back to what they told us during the week, Mike. They said this primetime platform, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to show the entire league and put them on notice. And boy, after this performance, boy, have they ever.
Off the play fake, it's Allen. D.J. Johnson getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
To the air on second down. Here's Allen. This pass deflected and caught. He's into the clear again. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. They extend the lead, and it looks like they're going to extend the terrific start to this season. Greg, they are just a few minutes away from a 4-0 beginning.
Even since adding that 17th game to the schedule, so many coaches across the league, Mike, they still refer to the season as quarters. So they talk about, all right, let's focus going into the year on winning quarter number 1. And I'll tell you what, at 4-0, it doesn't get much better than that.
Seahawks 20. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
Go! Bronco switch.
Hand off. It's Tootin. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Let's go now.
From the gun, it's Milroe. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Milroe on third down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
Let's go. 18, find it. Viking, 18.
They'll try and throw for it with Milroe. He looks middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Again, it's Milroe. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one's decided. Not sure they needed to take the timeout, but take it with them. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for third and a yard. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. They finish off the first month of the season perfect, as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.